Assault weapons are designed to kill a lot of human beings quickly. If somebody breaks in my house, they're getting shot.
Yes, yes, I hear that. I hear that.
See, I'm back on my.
Oh, yeah. You ready again?
See, I'm back on my bullshit. See, I'm back on my bullshit. Came a long way from school, bitch. We done used to banging and walking with full
Yeah,
clips.
that one's got a little shy.
All I hang with the side, can't fuck with no blue shit. If you ain't cut a loose quick, if a fuck nigga try, bet his ass make the news quick. Hit his ass with these blue tips, but these niggas won't shoot shit. Cause these PIs ain't stepping how my niggas stepping. Walk him down with that bitch on my left. I been kicking shit, pulling got paper like Messi. Bitch, I'm Zion, yo old nigga red.
Got a
She said that
fireball.
she love how my big ass be dressing. I let all my go with that nigga. My features are good, my shoulders are blessing. I got paper, I ain't doing no stress. The one who put all this together, that gave me so good and I made that shit better. Turned up
It's
the
all metal, right?
changed up the weather. I'm bigger and better, shit bigger than ever. Thought they was running shit, I had to catch him. He tried with some funny shit, shooting those threats. I ran up some money and never got selfish. I'm solid, I put my whole team on the list.
Dude.
It's fine. It's quality, man. Are we? You shooty too fast. Have you got it? Did you get a whole mag out of it?
Yeah, I think so.
It's just a plus. You don't need ears. Ow, holy fuck, you need ears. Huh? Alright, so I've been asked like 100 times for a build overview of my MP5. So I'll walk through. I'm gonna try to speak really slowly because I know a lot of you guys want to know where I got some of these parts. So for starters, we'll go ahead and start with the back here. So this is a JMAC Customs folding brace on a Midwest Industries 1913. I will say, honestly, I don't really like the JMAC Customs brace. It's wobbly. I've had it on a lot of guns. It's always just kind of been a little wobbly, but it looks amazing. It has a riser on it as well, by the way. Moving forward, so this is the big cosmetic change of the gun. This is the UTG Pro handguard. So I know you're kind of confused by putting a UTG on such a nice gun. That being said, this Pro line of theirs is all made in America, and it's honestly just a phenomenal handguard. And really, ergonomically, I couldn't figure out another way of doing it. So this is the UTG Pro handguard. And as we move down, I just want to say a couple things. In order to get this to actually not strike, this being the JMAC Customs brace, to actually strike and put put damage onto the SP5 receiver, I just put a little tape here. So that's just something, if you do want to copy the build, you're going to need to realize. And then as we move forward, I have a Modlite PLH V2 on a T-Rex Arms lightsaber bar. And then coming off of it is a DS00 tail cap onto a Modlite hot button, or Mod Button Light with the M-Lock adapter. And then this is something I'm actually in the process of testing now. I'm not going to say anything about it until I get more time with it and more of a review. But this is the reason this is on the gun, is because we're starting the review process of this. This is the Roy V. Vaughan GL4 Pro. Some of you have asked why the heck I have this, because it has a flashlight and this, and I'll show you right now. Let me click it over to the light mode. It's actually pretty good now. It's overcast. Oh, or not. Alright, so the light here, you can't even see the photonic barriers on his car, whereas I can actually the light is horrible. It's really not usable, especially on pistol caliber carbine ranges. So pretty much this to me is just a laser and an IR illuminator. So it actually does take Surefire tape switches. So I'm actually using a Surefire tape switch, and this is a Magpul M-Lock tape switch holder. So that's this setup, and this may or may not live on the gun. It just really depends on how they do. The optic setup here is just a Unity flip to center and Unity 226 mount with a Aimpoint T2 and an EOTech G30. I did have to remove the rear sight, which is completely unable to be used in this configuration anyway, in order to get the flip to center to work. And honestly, I have no idea really why I put the 3X on it, other than it would piss people off and it's kind of fun. So whatever, it's it looks cool too. But moving down is actually going to be the Lee Sporting lower. So externally, what you're going to see on the Lee Sporting lower is this is a Magpul K2. I did need to modify it by taking a Dremel on both sides in order for it to sit flat, as well as this is going to be this part is absolutely essential. This is a you really don't have space to get in here and use the normal magazine release. And this is a part that Lee Sporting sells in order to just adapt the magazine release to a point where you can get in there and activate it. You can't activate the normal magazine release using your finger with the Lee Sporting lower. I wouldn't really recommend it. It's pretty difficult to get to, and you really have to break grip. It's really easier just to do the traditional HK manual of arms. As we move down, inside the gun, I have a trip. That trip is going to be the trip from a company called SKO Prints. SKO Prints, you can Google it. I would love to leave you a link. I know a lot of people have been asking, but there's absolutely not a chance in heck of me being able to leave a link and not getting banned. That's quiet. So here, let's... oh wait, hold up. So now that we're back here, so this is disgusting. Again, we're gonna keep running it. How many rounds do you think we put through it today? Not 1,000, maybe.
Close.
Probably 1,000. Honestly, between all, John, how much do you think your ammo we used? I don't know. We probably. You think we put at least another 1,000, right?
I brought 450. I bet I used at least 200.
And then we probably used what, like 500 of yours at least. I should probably put over 1,000 rounds in it today. We are experiencing malfunctions, but only in semi, and it's tripping over now into. It's random. Honestly, it's weird. It's ammo dependent. I think it's with. What ammunition was it?
124 grain.
Yeah, 124 grain. It's tripping over into semi, but. The actual parts list, I'm going to say it really slowly. This trigger housing is a Lee Sporting lower with a Magpul K2. Magpul K2 was modified through dremeling of the back in order to allow it to sit flush with the Lee Sporting lower. You're going to see here, this trigger is a flat trigger that has been cut, because you need to cut your actual trigger in order to be able to use it with the Super Safety. This was cut and purchased from a company called Deez Nuts Tactical, as funny as it sounds. You can Google it, DEEZNUTS Tactical. Google them, and I cannot leave you a link, unfortunately, or they will ban my channel. So that is that, and I apologize. Inside, again, is going to be a different cam and a camming lever, as well as a different detent than your traditional AR15. All of those were purchased from him as well. And this trigger is actually a ALG ACT trigger with the purple spring in it. And this is going to have a Deez Nut Tactical detent in it. And anyway, so that's the build of the trigger housing. Again, Lee Sporting, Magpul K2, Deez Nut Tactical trigger, camming lever, detent. Milspec detent, and then a Geisley ACT trigger dropped into the Deez Nut Tactical trigger bow. All right, so you can stop. All right.
Am I still on?
So I just wanted to record real quick. So as we're at the range swapping this lower around and testing, so this is actually how you function check a Super Safety. So you're going to go all the way towards you, or it depends on how you're shooting, but left, and you should have it completely on safe, unable to fire. Completely to the right, functions just normally as a semi. and it should feel just the same as you do normally with a semi-trigger. You shouldn't feel anything, any slop or anything. And then for the super safe mode, how to function check is, first and foremost, you're going to pull the trigger to the rear. It's going to fire just like it would in semi. Now you're going to pull the bolt to the rear, and you should feel your finger going forward. And as you pull the bolt all the way in, it should only fire once you're almost all the way at the end of the bolt travel. So if it fires at any point prior to the bolt being locked, it's going to fire out of battery, or you're going to get bolt bounce. So that's the easiest way to tell the timing, and it's to dry fire it. So again, it's semi operates the same as semi does. Super safe operates as semi, but as you pull the bolt back, you should feel your trigger finger being pushed forward, and as the bolt locks, you should be able to pull the trigger again. All right, that's good. A lot of people were asking me about that, so it's good to kind of be able to show that.
Oh yeah.
Basically, the neighbors hate you for having a gun range that's been here since
1925.
Yeah. And so they did what?
Oh God, they've done everything under the sun. They've tried to get our property tax exemption yanked. We're a nonprofit. They tried to get our grandfathered status yanked on zoning, so we couldn't be arranged. They've been just fighting dirty. But we'll respond appropriately. If they want to, you know, break the law and come at us, then cool. There'll be more shooting now to compensate for it.
So what do you do with, you said November 2nd, your
Car smash. We're gonna blow up my Nissan. Yeah, we have to raise some money to cover the expenses that we had to incur doing a survey just to prove that we even owned the property. So we're gonna hit it with sledgehammers, baseball bats, pistols, rifles, shotgun, and a cannon, and apparently now a 50 cal. Thank you.